So for any of you guys that don't know what this is about, these are ghost bikes that are left at locations where people have died due to bike-related accidents. And I guess what I'm getting into is safety for bicyclists, because it's just something that bugs me a lot in Portland. I'm sure many of you guys that do drive might, relate to me. I've always come close to hitting many bikes, and it's just not a good thing. So my first topic with something that just bugs the crap out of me is just bicyclists just riding in car lanes. So it slows you down, yield weight is mandatory, and it just creates a higher risk of them being hit. All right, and also some people are just not responsible. People on bikes will just turn or just swerve into lanes without signaling, and I've always come to a sudden stop, and who knows how far I'm going to skid next time. Also, just take this into consideration, bikes are light, cars are heavy. Cars are about 3,000 pounds, and bikes at most about 50 pounds. So if you want to picture this, just picture a big Polynesian sumo and a little fun little kid. Who's going to win? Definitely the Polynesian sumo. I have a friend, his name is PK from the Playhouse. He hosts a radio station in the morning at 95.5, and a few years ago he made a comment about bicyclists and said something about them if they get killed by a car and he hears them on the radio or on the news, all he's just going to do is just laugh at them. This created an uproar in the community, the bike community especially, and there was protests or riots, even death threats, and he went as far as trying to apologize, but that didn't work. So he wrote with members of bikepulling.org, which were the first community to come and start sending him threats. He was riding him downtown with the members, and what? No, actually, it's actually pretty funny. Vehicles that were passing by were just making comments out there saying that he's not a car and that someday he will be dead. So then after this whole entire thing, he finally understood how it is to ride in downtown on a bike and kind of understood what it takes for a bicyclist to get around town. So he issued a formal apology the next day and just basically went back to his old self. So according to btablog.com, it's a bicycle community in Portland, and they have estimated that in 2007 there has been about 100 bike-related deaths. And I guess where I'm getting into is just the safety for both bicyclists and drivers. Bicycle lanes, in my opinion, are just made for bicycles only. It just keeps them out of vehicles waiting on path. Because according to DMV, it states that traffic laws and regulations apply to both bicyclists and drivers. So bicyclists have to keep either option to ride in the lanes or in car lanes. This also creates a blind spot for many drivers when there's a bicyclist in the car lanes. Drivers can only see so much in their side mirrors, and it also creates a higher risk for people with big cars, trailers, all that stuff. So I think what should happen is just like a little yield weight thing that should be enforced to both parties. Cars should slow down at intersection, just in case anyone pops out, and also bicyclists should slow down. Not try to beat a car before it turns. Next, 26% of Portland's community depends on bikes to get around town. The reason for this is just a way of transportation for many people. It's cheap, it's easy to get around. You don't have to worry about parking lots, parking meters, insurance, and definitely cut back on gas. Bikes don't use gas, so especially with the rise in gas prices. So to summarize this, basically cyclists, they can ride in car lanes, nothing you can do about it because, again, according to DMV, traffic rules and regulations apply to both parties. And also you gotta look out for the safety of both yourself and the drivers when you're driving on the street. And again, just keep in mind that it's just a way of transportation.